The last time a member of the British royal family visited the Bay Area, it was Prince Charles who went to the Cal campus at Berkeley. This time, it was Stanford's turn to shine in the sun, and yes, the sun did peek through the rain clouds. Even before the Queen's motorcade arrived, campus streets were lined by small groups, some who liked the Queen and others who didn't. There was no friction between the factions, although one woman thought the protests were not proper.
I'm disgusted.
Sure.
Yes, I am, and I'm Irish.
You don't think this is a proper place to endorse it? The Queen's entourage arrived at 12:30. The Queen wore a turquoise dress and matching hat, which complemented nicely the slightly different shade of turquoise worn by Jean Kennedy, wife of the Stanford president. Invited guests inside included Stanford faculty, administrators, and students. Entertainment was provided by the Stanford Band. At the Queen's request, lunch was light, featuring chicken Florentine for the main course and California wines. Queen fever has been high at Stanford, even among the thousands of students who were not invited to lunch.
I think it's just kind of exciting. She's an important person and people like to see her.
The Stanford community had hoped the Queen might take a short tour of the campus, but security considerations precluded that. Almost 2 hours after arriving, the royal party departed, leaving behind a smiling hostess. Are you anxious to do this again sometime?
Yeah, it would be wonderful to be able to do it again, but I have a feeling it's a lifetime experience.
Today started off like an ordinary Thursday for Stanford sophomore Andy Messing. He went to his 10 o'clock political science class, then returned to his fraternity house where the cook was planning to serve chicken pot pie for lunch, Andy's favorite. But Andy has other plans. Time to change from his casual clothes for a very special appointment. He even wrote it down on his desk calendar, not that he'd forget. I'm not talking about the Channel 7 appointment. This 19-year-old from Long Island, New York, was one of 16 Stanford students invited to meet the Queen over lunch. Andy submitted a handwritten letter to President Donald Kennedy weeks ago. Since then, he has been cleared by the Secret Service and attended a briefing on protocol. He was also given a confidential background report on each guest. How do you rank this event with other events in your life so far?
I guess this is number one. It's been pretty important. Getting accepted to Stanford was great, and my experiences here have just been incredible so far, and I guess this would have to top it off.
Andy Messing knows England. He spent an entire summer in Cambridge as a high school student learning to play soccer at a special school. He's planning to spend this summer in London working for Lloyd's of London. He chose a conservative gray pinstripe suit for the occasion, only the second time he's worn it. This special invitation may be the only souvenir of the event because photographs inside the luncheon will not be permitted. It's 20 to 12. Andy Messing's all spiffed up. He's got an appointment now with a very important lady just up the hill. Almost 2 hours later, following a luncheon of chicken Florentine, the Queen emerged, followed closely by Andy Messing, the classics major who shook her hand. In a word, how was the experience?
Fantastic.
At Stanford, David Louie, Channel 7 News.